Why do a documentary knowing how painful it's going to be to revisit all of that?
There were some days where it was tougher than other days. It's really hard to hear other people's experiences and their trauma, because it's devastating and nobody should ever go through that. But it left me on a hopeful note, and I'm hoping that that's what people will take away from it too. It's called Darkness to Light because I want people to watch it and feel like they're going to be okay, or that the world, we're going to get there. We're going to get to a place where we support survivors and, help people feel less alone. I feel very fortunate to have the platform that I have. I recognize that survivors don't have the platform that I have. So I want to use my platform to help other survivors share their stories, because it's important. And I think that the media has been incredibly supportive of myself and my teammates, but we don't always see the stories of survivors who aren't Olympic athletes or who are not women in Hollywood.
In my case, there were inappropriate examinations, and
I also just want to say, just to be honest, I get super triggered when we go into graphic detail, so if you don't mind.
I'm with you, absolutely.
The difficulty in undertaking listening to someone else's sexual abuse story, as it can be a trigger for you. Can you sort of explain that?
I think sometimes, even though people watch me speak about being a survivor, I think people actually forget that I'm still processing it and I'm dealing with it personally. And I think sometimes it can be hard to get that image of what happened to somebody out of my head, and it can kind of really spiral and make me feel really anxious. And so I don't watch any TV shows or read any books that have very graphic violence or sexual violence, because it triggers me so much. We all have different triggers and anxieties, and we have to do our best to make sure that we're adapting. We're all different, and we have to work together to figure this out.
I just want people to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
Where are you personally right now on that darkness to light journey?
That's a great question. I feel like I am definitely in the light space right now. I think years ago, when the Me Too movement was really trending in the news, and I was really dealing with my own stuff at the same time. When I first shared my story publicly, I didn't process it on my own first. And so I think at the time I had this story in my head that there's more bad people in the world than there are good people. And through a lot of therapy and work and meeting other survivors, I've realized in my mind right now, I think there are more good people in the world than bad people.